Hi, thank you so much for purchasing this ebook. I really hope that this process of going outside and going within is going to be beneficial and supportive to you and where you are today. So, if you don't know me already, hi, my name is Morgan Ruff. I am a Pacific Northwest mama at heart. I have a background in environmental education and also a master's degree in environmental policy. I worked for 10 years as a naturalist and guide in Southeast Alaska and work in the environmental field doing endangered species recovery. Um, my life really got shifted and turned around, and I really had to rebuild the foundation of who I am and how I show up and my emotions and my emotional health about 6 years ago. When I had my second child, I experienced severe postpartum depression and a number of other external factors that really caused me to need to go deep within myself. Through that work, I felt so inspired to share it with others because it has helped me tremendously recover from burnout, recover from depression, recover from unhealthy thought patterns. And that is a large part of why I've created these retreats. Now, I've been hosting these retreats since about 2021. It was really the peak of the pandemic, and what I really felt I needed for myself was a way of connecting with other people, a way of connecting with the change of the seasons to really ground myself during that time of great upheaval. And through that, these practices and approaches really became a core part of what I do every quarter, every change of the season, in order to support my own focus, my own growth, my own movement forward. And I love sharing these practices. They've really been helpful for me and others who have gone through this program before. And I really hope that they're helpful for you too. So, you're going to have a workbook, an ebook that is going to help guide you through. There's going to be written journaling exercises as well as audio recordings, meditations. There's also little instructional pieces as you go along. So a lot of these things have been recorded at different times. So you're just going to hear different parts of instructions as we go. This whole process is really rooted in you going outside to go within. And I really encourage you to find the space and the time to move through these at a pace that feels good to you. I have found that it is really easy to be distracted by the needs of others, the wants of others, and constantly feel that pull to serving others. But I want you to know right now you are worth it. You are worth the time and the space to sit down quietly and explore what is your soul calling for you? What are you wanting in your life? And creating that time and energy to explore. So this whole process is built on the foundation of the seasons, and you're going to see in the ebook that there are different seasons and different exercises for each season. But just to briefly go over it, winter to me is a time of seeing in new ways. So it's a dark days dark days here, dark days, dark nights, and we're really forced to trust that there are seeds underneath the ground that are gestating. Those seeds that are just getting a little bit of energy, just tiding time. It's a hibernation. And I think of this as seeing in new ways because it's dark. You can't use your dominant sense as much, your sight. So you are going to be doing work with your ears, work with your touch, work with the different senses. Um, Spring is the foundation of birth. And in that birth, I feel like it's very important to tend the soil that the seeds are going to grow from. And to me, one of the most important practices for that is self-compassion. Self-compassion is a practice that I have explored extensively for my own growth. It is the antidote to perfectionism. So if you're a perfectionist, take note. It is a way of finding kindness for yourself, because our own inner critic can be the loudest. We say things to ourselves that we would never say to anyone else. So create a fertile ground for your own personal growth that is moving away from that highly critical voice and towards something that's more supportive, more nurturing. Summer is all about creativity and fun and expression and play. So work with summer season, and we ask you to go out and play with the natural materials and create a nature mandala that will help you to really explore that space and lock in the sensation of your experience. And then fall, oh fall, the season that so many of us resist, is about creative destruction. We all need creative destruction in our lives, and we resist it so much because it is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable to allow something to go from a mature place, but that is maybe not serving us, to a place where it kind of burns. And you think about creative destruction like the cycle of wildfires. If you constantly suppress wildfires in a natural area, you will have a massive fire that moves through, and it's because there's so much fuel. That's kind of what happened to me 6 years ago. It was this massive fire that burnt through all areas of my life because I had been suppressing any sort of destruction or any sort of spark that needed to go, because I didn't want the discomfort of feeling the grief of the loss or the sadness or the anger or whatever it was that I was holding on to. So creative destruction is a place we often resist the most. But in a wild system, like a wild forest, you know that when you create these small burn areas, so much new growth comes through. And it actually helps to keep a very healthy forest. So creative destruction is the fall. And for me, one of the things that allows me to find destruction in my life in a healthy way is gratitude and reciprocity. So always, always, always grounding into that gratitude and finding the space for it. And that, of course, then takes us back up into winter. So once we clear the space through destruction, there is space for the gestation and that quiet moment of trust that is building. I'm so excited to hear how this experience goes for you. Please, please, please reach out. And of course, if you need additional support after this experience, after this ebook, I am available for accountability, self-compassion coaching, draw your future mapping, and so much more. So I really encourage you to be in touch. One, just I want to hear about your experience. And two, I want to just know more about you. All right? Don't be a stranger. Bye.